How about that? How about that? How about that? Everything we talk about, ill intent, violence, physicality, execution, the will to win. Just win, baby.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's up, nation? This is your boy, Capitán Rafucho, Ralf in the building, and welcome to another edition of Straight Outta Nation. This is the Rush and Shine Wednesday. No Chargers, no Chiefs, no Broncos, just 100% Raiders. And you make follow for this Capitán Rafucho on the social media, on Nets, Instagram, and make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. And of course, I just wanted to say thank you very much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the following. Thank you for the subscribers. And thank you for the incredible love that makes me everything around for like the last live stream that I just made it, which is a Monday Night Football between Dallas Cowboys versus Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, I'm very honored. I'm very proud to build my march, well, my logo, and of course, my dignity. Well, what can I say about this, folks? What can I say about it? All right, so you got to wake up those neighbors because it is the perfect time to talk about the Raiders, the first place on the draft, and somewhat a little bit of the NFL, the college football. Right now, let's get it into a bowl for the winners and the losers between Las Vegas Raiders versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so first up, we got the defensive edge, Kevlon Chaisson. So you might be knowing about this because they're already behind 14-0. Now, this is like a great example to say danger. But when it comes to defensive end, Kevlon Chaisson made like an incredible interception to change momentum. He tipped like a pass for the Buccaneers quarterback, Baker Mayfield, and then he was finished the play with the interception and he just fell to the ground. And we're going to take that because unfortunately, the offense turned the ball over on the game net snap. Also, Chaisson recorded like a half of the quarterback sack, the tackle for a loss, a quarterback hit. But you know about it. Another winner coming up through is the linebacker Amari Borney. Now, those defense, this is for 3 turnovers in the day, including consecutive good turnovers in the first half. Now, after the Raiders gave like the ball for like Tampa Bay, following chasing the big play, linebacker Amari Borney forced a fumble on the blitz. Now, that was like really recovered by the safety Trayvon Warwick. And that was like feeling unbelievable. And they're just making some moves. They make it some moves, and they got to look at the ball for the Tampa Bay 45-yard line and drive it the touchdown. It was like a quarterback sneak for Aiden O'Connor. But also talking about like Trayvon Moorick. I mean, Moorick has a nice pass breakup just before they just recover Bernie's forced fumble, and it was a presence all afternoon. The Raiders defense. He has finished the game with 8 total tackles, half of the quarterback sack, 3 passes defended, and 1 quarterback hit. Now, there was another 2 winners coming up there on that game, which is the running back, Sincere McCormick, Jack Jones. It appears that, well, they just really found out that a diamond on the rock with running back Sincere McCormick. And I was mistaken for Dean Love because everybody thought that Samir White could be the running back number 1. Alexander Madison could be, or Sincere McCormick. But it just found out that they just made like great choices, but also made mistakes. But the period late because he just started on the backfield after a solid performance in the limited role over the last 2 weeks. He had 78 yards on 15 carries, including a 29-yard run. So don't put me about a run about this because I know since the beginning of the season, it seems that Dylan Love, he doesn't have like the arms to do like a running back number 1. And what the hell am I going to do it? But after what you saw, Alexander Madison, Samir White, and of course, Sir McCormick, it seems that the running back room has been professional because after all these issues coming in through during for the attack, the vision, it seems that, well, there was one running back that became something very productive, better than Samir White. And I'm not going to take it like out of the contest because it seems that, well, maybe it's going to be something interesting right now. Hey, how's it going, Ralf? Salute to you. One of my greatest followers, subscribers. One of my loyal subscribers. Good morning to you. Top of the morning. Top of the morning to you, Ralf. All right, so continue about like the winners and the losers. Jack Jones. Now, he just allowed for the touchdown reception in the first quarter, and he committed like a pass interference penalty late in the first half of the 4th and 4 play. But he just really made up for the 4th and, well, interception on the same drive, preserving like the close score near halftime. It's barely primed to get the ball to the start of the second half. And that gets to really, really bad at all. Now, after we talked about the winners, right now let's talk about for like the losers. First and foremost, the quarterback Aiden O'Connor. Now, he just left the game for good after a late hit that wasn't called against the Buccaneers later in the 3rd quarter. But certainly, that's some bad news and some good news. Because before his injury, O'Connor had threw costly interception that ruined incredible momentum for the road team. Now, after they just opened it like at the second half, like 10-minute plus of a victory of multiple Sincere McCormick runs, it appears that the Raiders will finally take the lead, but he threw the ball right to the Tampa Bay defender and he tried to complete a pass to tight end Brock Bowers and he intercepted by T.K. Smith. Yep. Also, they had an interception on the third, like an instant play, as they did like the reserve quarterback Desmond Ridder after he entered the game. Also, another loser coming up there, the offensive coordinator, Scott Turner. Now, after the whole drama of getting fired off Luke Getsy, I mean, the offense could have taken a look at the advantage of Buccaneers decimated by injuries. I mean, Scott Turner deserves some, got to know about for the blame, especially the ability to get the ball to Bowers. But he also can handle the ball to McCormick early in the afternoon to set out to play more action and less of the pressure on O'Connor. Because having in the same offense, because it's warrant had to go for this one, not only for Scott Turner, but also for Antonio Pierce. They didn't have major game management issues on the defeat. They do like a loss of the challenge on a play that wasn't even close. Because that was like with a catch of the bounce where I receiver Trey Tucker. But they had a chance to win this game, and they could have the team with a victory column. I know this is gonna be like the first year as a Raiders coach, but that job security is really shaken after, listen well, nine consecutive losses. 9. So what else is gonna happen? I mean, they're trying to look at a notch to win against the Atlanta Falcons on Monday night. I don't think so. Because, believe me about that, guys. 9 consecutive losses. I mean, there's some bad news, but also there is good news. Because the bad news is the offense and the defense couldn't work it together because they had some miscommunication. But for the good news, I mean, the Thagaton is on full effect. Matter of fact, it's going to be like at a full effect. It's going to be like the first place in the draft. And it just became something like, wow, unbelievable. But I know that it had like something didn't really good tonight. Because during for that game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, between like I don't know, Aiden O'Connell or Jackson Powers Johnson, they couldn't have connected on the first snap. Yep, at the first snap after chasing an incredible reception. And even they're backing them for like forcing another turnover on Bernie's strip sack because there are some mistakes that are very excusable. It was just like O'Connor or Powers. Yep, exactly. On Powers. Because it was just like the second game working out together, but that's not really enough to keep with them. That's not enough. Not enough to blame like it is in each other. So, what could have happened? What could have happened? Yep. Good morning, my brother. Yep. So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The winners and the losers of this game. Las Vegas Raiders versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because, let me tell you for this one. I mean, there was a lot of pain coming out there. And the last victory after, well, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, seems that, well, there was a lot of pain coming out through. A lot of pain coming out through. Then it is off. Really off. Really awful that someone didn't have like habit of the favor to like they're gonna take like anyone. I mean, thought about that. I mean, it's really thing to fair to see that. Well, it should be forced to see this week. Yep, should be forced out of this week. I mean, between for like Aiden O'Connell, and I'm gonna tell for this one. Aiden O'Connell is the most frustrating type of quarterback. And after they wanted to defend him or they want to criticize him, but he has the brain, arm talent to be a legendary franchise quarterback. But he lacks the athleticism and pocket awareness to improvise if a play is busted or his reads are not open. Not open. I mean, isn't that more frustrating that all world physical talent had no accuracy for the love of the game? I don't think that any quarterback can win the majority of its games is frustrating. That's the most. I mean, he's not going to be like really good enough. And we're done. We've been done the poor job of bringing talent. I mean, Cleve Farrell wasn't a top 4 talent. Tyree Wilson wasn't a top 7 talent. Arnett and Littlewood were first round talent. And it seems that the talent is very lacking. And after Tom Telesco bring in, they just wanted to improvise. They just want to improve and then going out to the level. And it seems that the round picks before Telesco, Mac and Cooper, I mean, they're gonna delay it after like the rookie deals, and they don't have to replace them for equal talent. At least one legitimate first round talented quarterback comes like it almost every year, then we never getting that. But also, he should probably say that at least of this week. We need to only play if healthy. I don't know about that. But there's no point. I mean, there's no point to risk some injuries over the point for the season. And I don't think it's gonna be like something that if they want to do something. So I don't know about that. Let's just have it like everything could happen around from this one. Everything. Everything that could have happened. And to be fair, it is what it is. It is what it is. But well. All right. So after talking about like the winners and losers, now let's wanted to make play for anything. Because the next topic, I mean, I just wanted to make sure. First place on the draft. Because not only we have 9 consecutive losers on this one, but after Jacksonville won and New York Giants lost, we got the first place in the draft. So I really hope that Mark Davis or Tom Telesco doesn't want it to fucked up. I mean, if you had something really important, we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this bad luck. Because if you remember, Jamarcus Russell being the first place in the draft, look where they made it. Bad luck. Bad luck. So we need to take care of some business, and we just wanted to make it positive, not bad things. Because I don't know, because it feels like we're not going to involve like a deja vu or something. Because right now we had the first place in the draft, and we need something to really to prove. I mean, going to like the power to blocking, not to the finesse scheme, which is also trash. But Giants, Jets, Titans are like the biggest competition for looking for quarterbacks. I mean, so I'm not really sure it got a really popped up for the draft. And I mean, is this gonna be like an all-time bad? But they're trying to look at it off like the worst seasons, but the country league wide record is particularly impossible to find. But someone got a feeling that the Giants will snatch up the first pick because they have a thought schedule and are really suspected of the league. They want Shedeur Sanders in a big market like New York. And probably the Thankenton, I mean, they just wanted to continue to everything. Because check this out. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen, because I know that it's kind of like really close, because I'm not really sure what's going to happen between for like the upcoming draft. I don't think it's going to be like a strange first, probably the most important franchise for over the last 20 years. I mean, they get like an interest side about those college football players. First and foremost, Raiders do not exactly have a great track record in drafting. Not just recently either. Going back to like Al Davis, looking at the likes of Robbie Gallery and Jamarcus Russell. But when we're talking about Jamarcus Russell, it became the worst. It became the worst. No one actually knows what in the hell are they doing drafting a quarterback? It seems that there are far more lottery skill with the selection process. And obviously, there was more things to take into account. Does the team have it as something like a good outline, a receiver, run game, the rest of the years, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ritter, Anthony Richardson, the King of Mayo with Coffee, Will Lewis. I mean, obviously still early, but if you don't want to see like everything, because remember about for the last year about Kelly Williams was that guy who wants to be like generational talent. That he was God's gift to football. And then you see something like they have 4 years in offense after the past week. So it seems that drafting a quarterback could be like more luck or bad luck than anything that the Raiders have, because I feel like is there like at a draft to have just get it right, so just get wrong. But I'm not much worried about like the tracking record, to be honest. Yep. I'm not very sure about like the drafting persons, but it's a different group that McKenzie, Gruden, Maycock, Daniel Ziegler. I mean, so carryover shouldn't insist unless we curse. And Bowers tells us that we're not. I mean, it's more concerned that I don't believe it's luck. More than rather to have like the right culture, the right people to the ball like a player, the right team around for the player. I mean, people while blaming the player without mentioning the reason that the player is, because that year after year they just wanted to go to like the worst team, which is typically means the worst coaching, the worst supporting casting. And usually they have a bad experience GM. But also, I'm not taking it like a swing to the player, to the most important position. Because anyone who's paying attention over the last years, they should be really nervous. Really nervous. What's likely going to happen? But it is at all, because if they want to draft between Sanders, it really becomes like, I don't know, something good, something bad. But here's the thing. Drafting any position is a risk. There is no guarantees on the draft. Travis Hunter isn't guaranteed stud at the NFL. If they want to get Shedeur Sanders or Ken Warner, because they're not competing in the division until they got a quarterback. It seems that really fair. But yes, it sounds like. It really sounds like for everything. All right, so after that, because we're like the first place in the draft, so I'm gonna drop it like a video because, well, last weekend I just went for like copyrighting the Fan Fest of the ACC Championship. So I hope it's gonna be ready for dawn, because I know the video it took like 4 minutes to be fair enough. But all right, so I know this is gonna be. Oh, yeah, this still got all uploaded. So we're gonna make it for the next one. So I know there are some reasons that why the people they just wanted to draft it about this. I know they have Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, Ken Warner, but it seems that no one's can talking about like, I don't know, Aston Janty, Dylan Gabriel. I mean, what could they happen in this one? Salute to Aubrey Allen Thomas, Austin Sports, TGM 11, Leonard Sarmiento. Thank you very much. Thank you. But no one has talked about like Dylan Gabriel or Ashton Janty to go to a draft. I know there is some like everything could happen at this one. So if no one had to mention, because between for like the days of that game, because the last weekend not only was the SEC championship, but also it was like the Big Ten championship between Oregon State versus Penn State. And I'm kind of worrying why Dylan Gabriel isn't higher regarded. Anyone know that any reasons for its sensitive size? It seems like he's a baller to me. Because I was like very curious. And I know he's on the Heisman race at this point. But I just wanted to take like some opinions about that. And he's just like a really like a mature version, like Minshew, because I don't particularly like that Sanders is 6'2". That's probably like the high cutoff for like the quarterback. And of course, I mean, smaller, slow processor, not a huge harm, but he'll be like a 25. But there's no real competition to someone that decides to be successful. Unless you have to coach for like another future Bryce Young. But he might could be like a backup on West Coast system. Maybe should have been drafted I don't know, for Los Angeles Rams or the Chargers. But his boat needs some of the clearance sales. Short, not feel athletic, miniature arm, bad frame, check down margin, is not the best decision maker. And he didn't look at a very, very decent at all. But he looks above it. As a decent quarterback and football player, decent doesn't mean first round. We'll say like at a third round quarterback, maybe second. That will be like at a reach. And I think that consensus they're gonna take like top 3 pick, or they could take it like anymore. But size is part of it. But also he has a rebellious charm and he can drive like the ball into tight windows. And he's not that very good for going like vertical. Yep. Vertical to me to something like no one else is gonna be like really watching. And I know between for like the talents of Shedeur Sanders can work because they want to look like a really good diamond on it. I know it's gonna be like a really accuracy, the talent, the arm technique, and between for like Dylan Gabriel, don't be surprised it's gonna be like a picking it up for like in the third round. Because there is so much drama and tension. Yep. Much drama and tension comes to like at the first place. And I know it's gonna be like an epic battle between New York Giants versus Las Vegas Raiders. Who's gonna take it the first? Is it gonna be Cam Ward or is it gonna be Shedeur Sanders? And to be honest, right now, it seems that all for the video that the post Shedeur Sanders Instagram story between like his pass around for like the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It is a legendary. Check this out. It was used by clickbait. And the video that circulated between like Deion Sanders say to Antonio Pierce, say, I want you to draft one of those Sanders boys. They say, where they at? But thanks for the information and thanks to like something to receive the video of Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders and Antonio Pierce, it became last year. Yep. It became last year, ladies and gentlemen. It was at the Super Bowl week at 2024 in Las Vegas. Yep. It was in Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. So you got enough about like this information coming up there. You had to know. You had to know. You had to know about this. But look, I'm most worried that Mark Davis will try to involve like fucked up. Like always do. Always do. And I think that what are those scenarios? If they wanted to pick Shedeur Sanders, it's because Mark Davis demanded. It's going to be okay. If our people decide who's going to be like the best choice, they have it. What's the alternative? I mean, they're not going to fuck it off the pick and draft it like a bust quarterback. And then we're going to like aware of it like year, then we try it again. It might not work it out at this time, but You will be not surprised if it doesn't work it at all or during to like the Mahomes era. Eventually get it right. Don't get attached to the players. Don't let the wide receivers consume. It will be like more happier. I mean, between for like the previous draft have no reference, no relevance to the affected in this draft. I mean, there are so many variables when it comes to drafting a player, or the fact any decent in the board average quarterback will take a teams for like miles ahead. Put it that because less than we're worried about like the quarterback and take more worries about like how do you address offensive line, the bakers, and the secondary. But I believe that we need everything. We need to build the trenches first. I mean, the online was doing better for like a couple of weeks, but still not where the fans will want it. Defensively, we want quality depth. We want quality depth. And I mean, that could happen like this one. So it might be no about this. It might be no. But you got to check this out. I mean, the preference is to go for like, we all know this. If we don't know, the pressure could be there. I mean, I want the players to draft a team that we're going to put like together. I mean, to be like a thought, strong online, the monsters on the defensive front. I mean, I like what's going to get out of it. I'm not trying to something new. I mean, that shouldn't be like a really drafted at all. That should be. Salute to Oscar MMA. Salute to you. Hope you're doing good. But at the end of the day, because if we want to do like really something to prove it to each other, I mean, that's going to be like really happen at all. Maybe, but you know, speaking about like the draft and everything, I mean, I just wanted to take a look for like, well, comparison between Shedeur Sanders versus Ken Ware. But leaning how is gonna be like really related. Really related about like this one. So all right. So I'm just going to put him like this right now. All right. So check this out. I mean, at this moment, I'm not really sure that they're gonna be like a do it for this one. Shedeur Sanders has a longer career at the gut level and higher floor. It will depend how there's around for like maybe some combined metrics. Needless to say, they would have taken like it before like 1.03 and perhaps in some cases. But Sanders has really outperformed Ware or played at a higher level for some extended period. Ware has an extra season on Sanders despite to be 3 months younger, but he has the power for a quarterback longer, and Sanders won more at Ware's level because he was playing for like 3 or 4 offensive systems, which do all housing play, but it's that. Not gonna like very enough for like the achievements profit this year, but it's very comfortable and it should be like really discounted. Really discounted. I mean, if we needed like a quarterback could compete for passing, but it seems that they ought to check like the bosses physically. They've been tested like the top of defense, only tween unless but the all college quarterback completely dominates like Burrow or deemed like at the age right now, but it seems that he has like very ceiling. Because if you remind something like this one, I mean, Shedeur Sanders, it became like a traditional passer. Not many quarterbacks from the 80s or the 90s that have the same level as Shedeur Sanders. It became something like very generational talent at this point. And he really changed and it broke the rules for the college system. But unless it's not going to be like a really distraction to get involved with this one. So, but no. I mean, and this dude can really run it about this. I mean, I would love to see that. But between for like Cam Ward, I mean, between for this one for the Miami Hurricanes, I mean, watching it throws like it reminds something like Vince Young. He had the wiring up that it goes for like below for his waist and leading out to the tip, like pointing more for the side to the back, and he's always gonna start for the forward, same near shoulder, leave with respect to the deep balls, pause, and slow footwork in the pocket. But I guarantee that's significantly shorter than Ben's. I mean, if he can put like mechanics on that Baker Mayfield body, I mean, it seems that it's gonna happen. It seems that it's gonna happen like this one. Yep. How's it going, Afakasi Reyes? Hello to you, top of the morning. Yep. It seems that it's kind of like a very good opinion, like seeing like a pocket mover and the pressure navigator. I mean, the receptions are totally like really, really different. Really different. But when water is going to mainly adjust places that really important constantly, I mean, most of those misses, it goes like in a mechanical error. Yep, mechanical error. But they have the big timing and consistent freak for quarterbacks. They had to remain that is very crazy talent. Crazy talent. I mean, also when he was playing for the Miami Hurricanes, I mean, the turnovers issues are not really terrible because, well, honestly, it's going to be like a little conservative as time for the passer. I mean, the turnovers are basically getting out of the control. And my honest concern that title windows in the NFL might be too tight forever. But Cam Ward has been utilizing checks, but I have like concerns about like the on-script play that you want to be the seems like he does like it a lot of things well, but in difficult games, it seems like he's more leaning on the fallbacks, but also he's particularly bad in the earlier games where things are get normally scripted. Yep, normally scripted. And some persons that just wanted to say that Shedeur Sanders is like a distraction from the media and everything. But have you ever seen like over those games when it's going to like the Colorado, the Buffaloes, the college football? I mean, dude, his arm consists, his accuracy, his high floor ceiling. I mean, if you saw between for like 2000, between Tom Brady, 2010 with, I don't know, Peyton Manning, perhaps. Also, they have, oh, in the 2020, they have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if we came like bidding off of each other, it seems that he's very powerful at all. Very good, impressive anticipation tropes, and he knows how to operate it. Operate it about like the games, but when it comes to like the combat concept, I mean, that kid was just Shedeur Sanders. He's really smart, and he makes like a great play for like a great decision coming up there. Because if they think like an Auburn look, because I know this is gonna be like a habit of decent at all, but it seems that they're like at a top of speed. I mean, it's not that I really quarterback it and base it out of the footage. And how is it arm talent? And how are you going to compare like at the last year class? I mean, it's very deceptional when it comes to like left and touch. It's like pretty to come to like going for like fast ball, but I'm not really sure it's going to be like a really much of it. Really, really much of it. But let's just take it back like a Shedeur Sanders, and he doesn't see like a quarterback that's better than him. I mean, it's not gonna be like a really kind of playing, but he just broke everything that no one see that coming. I mean, I really thought it's gonna be like maybe created to the size to comes like, well, very huge impact, but this is gonna be like some mind-boggling. And if they wanted to think about it, because he's not gonna be like something perfect at all. Something perfect. Hey, how's it going? Pay your time. Salute to you. Pay your time. Salute to you. And just Raiders, babies. Salute, brothers. Salute to you. Yep. Salute to you, to my brother. All right. So I know it's being like difficult to like to put in like the video or something like that. But well, let me just check for this one. All right. Yeah, because I know that I had a lot of issues with the video coming up there, but I know this is it's coming up there. Yeah, I'm trying to do like it all for like my best to do like this one. All right. So you're gonna make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. Also, you can follow me on every social media on nets, as known as Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and of course, I just brought like the best of the sports because this is Straight Outta Nation. This is a Raiders podcast. 100% just win, baby, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, it seems that I know the video starts like at 4 minutes to get it involved for this one, but I mean, if they wanted to like more ready to do something about like that, I mean, Shedeur Sanders is more NFL ready. Less dumb decisions, more consistent throws. I mean, the moment it's not going to be like really big to give him like to pedigree. He has ties with Max Crosby, Tom Brady, but also he's more accurate. He can navigate the pocket presser. I mean, it seems that Shedeur Sanders is more polished than Ken Ward. And I think it grew off like Eli Datley, as known as his dad. I mean, I think it's regardless of mentality, but if we can do like something about like really damage, it could really think of this regards for like mentality. And I really believe so. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, before I had to go for like the next topic that I just wanted to talk about it. So last weekend, I just posted a video about like the Fan Fest. You remember about that? Yeah. The Fan Fest of the ACC Championship between SMU Mustangs versus Clemson Tigers. So, if you missed that video, so I'm going to play this, y'all, because I know that, well, after 1 year that I was like getting interested into anything. So, yeah. So, I know this is going to be like a really copyrighted for this one. So, you got to watch this video. And right now, are you guys thinking about it? So, I'm going to put this one in the live stream. So I hope this is going to get copyrighted. So here it is, folks. My video blog for the ACC Championship Fan Fest between Clemson Tigers versus MCU Mustangs. So here it goes.
What's good, everybody? Capitán Rafucho on the building, here on the streets again. Because what's behind me? One of those people. Because that's the logo of ACC. Because this Saturday, which now is tonight, is the ACC Championship between Mustangs versus Clemson. So you won't miss that one. And once again, we're here on the street, specifically outside of the Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, hitting random persons to ask who should win the Heisman Trophy of this year and who should be the new national championship of this college football season. So get ready, y'all, because Capitán Rafucho is hitting on the streets once again, and here we go!
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, so I'm right here with some random persons. So first and foremost, who deserved the Heisman Trophy of this season of the college football?
Kevin Jennings, SMU. You know what I'm saying? Number 7.
It's got to be, I'm going to go Travis Hunter. Nobody can play both sides of the ball.
Kevin Jennings. 100%.
Kevin Jennings.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Kevin Jennings is way better than Shedeur. Shedeur sucks. You guys don't want him. You guys don't.
Oh, my God.
He's a bust.
Kevin Jennings is the only answer. He's in the race.
He's in the race. Wow.
In an argument between Travis Hunter and Ashton Janty.
The highest snap count counts for Heisman now. He's not elite. He's not elite.
Stop it. Get some help.
Jennings, of course, but he's not. But he should.
So you think that Aston Jennings is better than Travis Hunter, or maybe?
I think if you look at production, Jennings has what it takes. But I'm a little biased. Go Ponies.
Travis Hunter, he's right on both sides of the wall, you know.
What about Ashton Jeanty? What about Ashton Jeanty? Nobody mentioned about that guy.
He's great. No, he's great.
I was gonna say Ashton Jeanty, dude. Over 2,000 yards, over 20 touchdowns. You got to give him the Heisman.
Yeah.
You got to.
All right. So another question for you guys. After Michigan won the championship, who they really deserve at this year's college football championship? Because there's a lot of great teams. Also, there's Texas, Georgia going to the playoffs, Ohio State. So who do you think is going to win this championship this year?
You know, you say the word deserve, you know, and who deserves it? I think the Indiana Hoosiers deserve it.
Absolutely. Indiana
That's who deserves
Hoosiers.
it.
I completely disagree.
Indiana Hoosiers.
Completely disagree.
No, Indiana's having a great year. Curtis Rourke doing his thing. Defense playing well. Always going to believe in the Indiana Hoosiers, never daunted, you know.
I'll give my prediction. I think Texas is probably the most well-rounded team at the moment. You know, I think Oregon's trash. I really do. I think Texas would beat the crap out of
Also, you think that Oregon Ducks sucks?
Yes, I do.
Down, hear my voice. You are cheaters. You're cheaters.
I think Dylan Gabriel is absolutely garbage.
Oh my goodness.
Esos bastardos me mintieron.
Oregon Ducks have proven themselves against Ohio State. I think they're a good team. I think they have a lot of good wide receivers. I think Dylan Gabriel's pretty good, actually.
Easy. It's easy.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
The SMU Mustangs. Come on.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and of course, ring the bell for notifications if you miss a live stream, beta reaction, and more. I will see you there next time, here on the streets again. Here's your boy, Capitán Rafucho.
Flashback.
Daniels is so much better than Bo Nix. Bo Nix is bum. Go get a job, buddy. You're 24. Start selling cars. Welcome to Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
So that was a f***ing lie.
That wasn't that easy. I got the Duke, I got the bus, I got the dog, everything.
Yeah, that was me actually, ladies and gentlemen, and I was having so much fun with the ACC championship because, well, it's been like 2 editions that I just made it, and believe me or not, because I was keeping like dancing with the best cars because they have the Blue Duke, also they got like the dog, well, Miami Hurricanes because, well, to be fair and to be honest, I mean, not only to get to see the conference, not only is the home for the Clemson Tigers, but also is the home of the Duke, the Miami Hurricanes, the Virginia Tech. Yep. And speaking about like the college football, so I was very impressed that after we see Penn State versus Oregon Ducks, and of course Alabama getting out to the playoffs. Because Alabama's out of the conference was absolutely dreadful. And the football gods have made a reason. Because you know what? They play Western Kentucky, South Florida, Mercer, and Wisconsin. They don't have to close the marquee OCC game. There were losses we actually would have benefited if they had a tough, but they have been anything close for that. Because if Wisconsin had like very good this year, or even like if they want to beat Oregon, the conversation might be like really different at all. Because between for like the argument of like, oh, Alabama deserves like a reward for decisions, but if Alabama ranks an already winning enough, but it both can be true, but he didn't choose like the tough opponents and to be like the wins or like being weighted high enough well, doesn't even advise to the teams to have a choice for picking the harder teams. Because I would love to see like an expecting to see. It couldn't we really imagine. Really imagine. I mean, it's really unlikely because if they want to just play to everything. I mean, if they were, it don't matter as really much, it had a little initiative to give to anything. Standardize the schedule across the board. Every conference, one game with the remaining 3 conference. I mean, the issue is, I don't know, if they wanted to miss or schedule for too far advance. When Texas versus Michigan was scheduled in 2014, and who knew we're all of these programs, who did I got at this point now? Who else? I don't know. But it's going to look at a really good factor. And about for like a decision for Alabama not making the playoffs. So that's like a really good relief. Really relief. But Seven was saying that if you had to do like the win, that the schedule staff may prioritize for the winning for a market matchup against a powerhouse school. Now they forgot that just schedule for something, not specifically like Alabama, but the school with a lot of hopes, but it doesn't really get of things like matter. Yep. It doesn't have to really matter at all. Snoop Hernandez is in the building to say, hell yeah, Capitan, good coverage, keep grinding. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I know that Alabama didn't make like the playoffs. Didn't make it because I know that some football god made it great. But it seems that, well, it became not gonna really like deserve. But they don't have like a horse in the race, but I'm very sure that definitely sucks. And it seems a little really unfair for some fans. But I think that a lot of the fans are really upset because anyone can be like a champion. So if you go for like at the school and the idea with the beginning of the year to have a fair shot can be go undefeated. If you look Oregon Ducks, he's been undefeated. And they won to like at a championship after they lost to the Washington Huskies. Thanks to Michael Penix Jr. I mean, it's not gonna be like at a less good of the conference to make that happen. I mean, they just wanted to rent it out. Now, pretty reasonable because they don't have something like the best teams. They attempted like to keep streak alive, and they wanted to refuse it because they don't want it to see like a great competition coming in there. Because how many times Alabama missed the playoffs? How many times? It seems that it took like, I don't know, forever? Maybe at all. It's actually like 2024 because I know he missed like 2019, 2022, 17. Oh. And it just became like something because check this out. I know the last year they just made the college football players in the number 4 seed and they lost to the Rose Bowl semifinal. And of course, during for the last 2 years, he missed with the losers Tennessee and LCU. So I don't think that, well, between for like the history of Alabama, I know that Alabama has the great scheme on school, but why did they make cut off for everything? Why did they make up to like more deserved like at a Wednesday against it at all? If they wanted to really messed up for everything that just wanted to put in at all, everything, because it seems that it suddenly has come to like really too soft, really too soft. because people like to still to have an opportunity to win it all. Because I don't think it's gonna be like a really too early to say, well, after the dynasty of Alabama is gonna be like dead. But it's kind of the combination of a lot of the things. Sooner or later, it's how they're in the weird position whether they can really take a risk with a no-name coordinator. So they wanted to aim big. It could have probably like a putting out a disaster. And I mean, how realized it's gonna be like a feather with it. Because the other issue is gonna be recording and transferring works. There are big schools pushing up for the talent for smaller schools. The majority of the offense who came the sophomores or juniors that get like something multiple for the year. I mean, Bryce Young closed a lot of the holes that Alabama had. They'll still insist. But it's gonna be like going to how to build and maintain powerhouse football. I mean, transfers are gonna patch it a couple of weakness. Yep. And I know that I feel like it on stream is net positive for at least like the mid-range schools, and they just lost it. But I mean, why is it a deal like an incident light that calls off right now? Because I know the legacy is coming like getting down to the corner. Yep. Going down to the corner. It seems that, it's not that very obvious. Because the turnover, assistant coaching, I mean, they have the different philosophies. I mean, was it a good, like a coach recruited for a more physical and stronger player? Was it again meant for like those recruits for the previous coaches? I mean, you're left with the different styles of the players may not shift to want to run. About for like this one. Yep. And it just really happened at all. All right. So after that, I was talking about like the college football. So let's just talk about like the bowl season coming up there in 2024, 2025 season. So I'm just taking over for like the schedule. So around for like this weekend, they had the Cricket Celebration Bowl, which is Jackson State versus SEC State on December 14th. And they had the Salute to the Veterans Bowl, which is on December 14th between Alabama versus Michigan. Yep, Alabama versus Michigan. One is going to be at 12 o'clock p.m. And another one is going to be on December 14th at 9 p.m., which is Jackson State versus SEC State is going to be at 12. And Alabama versus Michigan is going to be at 9 p.m. Yep. 9 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. 9 p.m. And of course, what are the latest one? Because I really thought because this is going to be like really important at all. And they have the first round of the playoffs because on December 2021, they have Indiana versus Notre Dame, SMU versus Penn State, Clemson versus Texas, and Tennessee versus Ohio State from December 20 to December 21. And the rest of the bowl, they have the bowl season, which is the Ray Bowl, the DirecTV Bowl, Las Vegas Bowl, the Alamo Bowl, the Military Bowl, the Independence Bowl, the Music City Bowl. I mean, there is a lot of bowls right there because if we want to see like the bowl season, and I'm not talking about like Mark Davis haircut, to be honest right now. So we're talking about like the bowl season for college football teams that, they make something like really understandable. Yep. It is going to be so much right because, this weekend is going to be really important to see how athletes could make a really good choice. Like twice over resolve the accuracy, the production, the speed, and the mobility. Not only for the wide receivers, but also for the quarterback and the offensive line, the defensive edge, everything. Yep. It is gonna be keep really good. Yep, it's gonna make it really good. All right, so before I had to shut us down the stream right now. So, well, I was talking about like some of the social media comments around for the last live streams, and well, I was watching like some of the content creators. I don't know, keep it a fight with each other, keep it like beef. But in my point of view, I mean, I don't have issues. I don't have problems with some content creators. As a matter of fact, because I just wanted to put on this team, because I don't have any problems with some content creators. I don't have mistakes. I don't have some beefs. I don't have some like a lot of issues coming up there. I'm always getting received like great support and everything. You know, for example, I don't have issues. I repeat, I don't have issues with Urban. Yep, Urban is my brother. And I know he's the creator for Black Saturday, Just Win Baby podcast, around for like the shows to bake him. And I don't have problems with him because he always tries to talk about like another teams, and he had like the power, the voice to get expressed what he feelings. Because I understand he's a Raider fan more years than I do. Because I know that I have like I don't know, 3 or 4 years as a rookie, well, as a Raider fan, but you know, Raider band said you got a tough skin. You gotta put some tough skin on that game. You gotta really acknowledge about that. And gladly I did. Gladly I did, because I was watching between for those games. And people like the mentality to watch every games was in great knowledge. And I know that some persons didn't want to like him, but you know, but if it comes to like keep it left on the mind for the attention for the haters, it seems that it's not gonna get like really over for right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't have issue with Mishkowski, my brothers, G Nation Inside Sports, Miss, Big Pat. I mean, those are my brothers. Those are my brothers, and I really support. I don't have any issue with Afakasi onto Sids. So I was talking about like backstage and about how they're feeling, or is anyone that can really help? Because I really understand that some people, they really need me, because I know that I have some very good knowledge about not only for the football, but also about like editing the videos, some stuff like that. And it seems that I really understand why those persons, they just want to really need me around like for the live streams to say, hey, Rafael, we need your help because I just wanted to do like this one. And, you know, I just wanted to talk about it. We need your help. And it seems that, well, some content creators, they just wanted to get like more educational, because there is a lot of few content creators that I really love to watch them. They have great knowledge, and they're really how to be really informative, educational, and of course, they know how to entertain around for those persons. And some content creators, I can't stand it because they just wanted to really occupy like, I don't know, his ego, money, and of course, they just wanted to buy followers or subscribers, I don't know, for clickbait. For example, graphic writer or Mitchell Rance or I don't know, Sanjeet, Wi-Fi Willie. You can mention about for those things, but I don't want to see like a content creator begs for money, begs for like attention and everything, because they just wanted to keep like the busiest mind for like the ego and not to speak correctly about for this opinion. Because I know around for those words say, Rafa, just be yourself. And I know that I can be myself. So I don't want to copy and paste to it all. Did I say, hey, how's it going, everybody? Ralf in the building. It really sounds original. You know what sounds original it is? Fuck with the Chiefs. I know it should be like a really a good trademark. Fuck at the Chiefs. Yep. That should be like one of my catchphrases when I'm talking about like everything about for like the football, about for like the Raiders. Say, what an issue for like fuck the Chiefs. That should be like a great catchphrase. I know it's very original because I just put the A on FUCK. You can't prove me wrong about that. You can't prove me wrong. But I know there is a thing that before I get into the end of the year, they say, hey, Rafael, you got to do this. You don't want to let those haters consume you. And I know there's some person that say, maybe I'm too boring, maybe I'm ugly, maybe I'm not that well built for that. But I really understand that, well, some person that say you can't take that really serious. Because I really know that, well, some person that I wanted to mistake it. And I know that I've been like a Raider fan for over like 3 years, 4 years, and I was getting more adapted, more scammed to watch it out with this game. And I really know that it seems that I really, really understand about like the knowledge of football and the college football. So I'm not that stupid anymore. Not that stupid. And I really understand then why those persons can really take that really serious about it. And you know, this seems that you gotta put more skin on the game. You gotta be more knowledgeable. You gotta be more watch more college football. Not only for the highlights, but you gotta watch the entire college football for like 3 or 4 hours to make what is the biggest mistake. You want to see what's the best accuracy, what's the best player that I wanted to see, what's the best player that I wanted to draft to get involved with the defense. Just like that. Just like that. And don't be so stupid. Don't be so stupid, because I know that I've been a lot of mistakes, something like that. But I really understood that after all of those mistakes, I become much stronger. I became more powerful. Not at all. I became more like very decent. And I know that some persons that don't want to take me seriously. I don't really know about this. But I'm trying to maintain the calm. I'm trying to struggle in everything. And I'm trying to not push harder. Pause, and I'm keep grinding. I keep grinding. Just like the son of Nipsey Hussle that say, grinding on my life. Yep. And that's the thing. Because I don't want to have issue with some content creators because I don't have problems. Yep. I don't have problems. I don't have beeps because I know beeps is going to be like really on the best. Some persons I really like them. Some persons I don't like you. But at the end of the day, you have to choose the right pick to support. The right pick to support and cut that weight. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm telling. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting out of here. So I hope to see you there. Well, next time for the next episode of Straight Outta Nation. And well, during for this weekend, I might be doing something very special because I'm going to provide, well, 2 things. Well, actually, it does really 3 things because first of all, it's a double feature. And the other one is going to be like the football game of the week. Because the first and foremost is going to be the football game of the week between Detroit Lions versus Buffalo Bills. A great battle of quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and of course for the defense between Jared Goff versus Josh Allen. That should be really interesting. Not only for my channel, Capitán Rafucho, but also it's going to be on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And speaking about that, because this weekend, well, I'm going to drop everything. And I'm like mind blowing. Because I'm going to provide 2 events in one night. WWE Saturday night main event and the UFC fight night on Tampa. This is going to be like a really important big night on combat sports, not only for my YouTube channel, but also on the YouTube channel of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. And I just wanted to tell it about this. You won't miss it because the rate for this weekend is going to be really great. So thank you very much for joining us. So thank you, Robert Pena, Fakasi Raider, Joe's Raiders, baby. Snooper Hernandez in the building. Thank you very much for those comments. And of course, thank you for watching us. Albert Allen Thomas, Austin in Sports, TGN11, Leonard Sarmiento, Oscar MMA, Pay Your Time, Ángel Alonso, Sofia Kosowski, Vera Araujo, Lurk Hugh Ball, and Jeff in the Zone. Yep, I know you became very last, but yeah, who knows about that. So thank you very much for joining us for this episode of Straight Outta Nation. This is the Rush and Shine Wednesday. We'll be just doing like a great homework between for like the review of the Buccaneers with the winners and the losers, a lot of college football, Sanders or War, and of course, some last thoughts before getting moving. So right now, I just wanted to tell you, have a great Wednesday because right now it's still raining in North Carolina because I know it's part of the end of the fall and the beginning of the winter. So you might know about this. So thank you very much. Salute to you. Make sure to subscribe to Capitán Rafucho on YouTube and make sure to follow him on every social media, on Twitter, at every social media. And I just wanted to tell you, just win, baby, like Al Davis. And I will see you there next time, next episode on the same channel. So thank you very much. And have a great, great morning. And we're getting out of here. So peace out.